In this video, we're going to go through learning target 1.2.4, which is talking about solving and then graphing linear inequalities. So solving is pretty much the same as solving equations with the exception of two big things. One, we kind of want to get our variable on the left. It's not required, but it definitely makes our job of graphing a lot easier if the variable's on the left. The second thing is when we divide or multiply by a negative, we have to flip our inequality. So as I start solving, I just want to keep in mind that I typically would want my variable on the left. And so I'm going to start by doing that. So I'm going to rewrite the problem down at the bottom so we have a little bit more space. So I have 26 plus 7y is greater than or equal to 9y minus 10. Oops. And so if I want my variable on the left, I'm just going to start by right away moving it. So I'm going to subtract 9y from both sides. So I get 26 minus 2y is greater than or equal to negative 10. Now since 26 is the like term to negative 10, I want to move that by subtracting. And I get negative 2y is greater than or equal to negative 36. And then my last step here, I want to get rid of this negative 2 by dividing. And since I divided by a negative, I want to flip this sign. So instead of greater than or equal to, I want to do less than or equal to. Those cancel, and I'm left with y is less than or equal to 18. So super important that you flip the sign, but only flip it if you multiply or divide by a negative. If I just divide by a regular 2, I don't need to flip it. If this 36 is negative, which it is, and I divided by a positive number, any positive number, I still don't flip it. The only time I flip is if I actually divide or multiply by a negative number. So now I have y is less than or equal to 18. And I want to graph that on my line up here, so our number line. So I want to start by putting 18 in the middle of our number line. So I want to make a number line that makes sense. So I'm going to put 18 here. And then I'm going to build it so my bigger numbers go to the right. So I have 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And then my smaller numbers go to the left. And so I can finish this out. So now I want to actually graph my inequality. So the first thing I want to do is I want to look to see if I'm going to have an open or a closed circle. And that's dependent on if it has the or equal to part in the inequality. So this one says or equal to, so I want to have a filled in dot on my number line. So I'm going to have a circle on 18, and that's going to be filled in. Since it's or equal to, that value is included, so I want to fill that dot in. If it did not have the or equal to, just leave it open. Then I want to see what this says out loud. So that's why I need to know what these inequalities mean. This says y is less than or equal to 18. Well, the numbers that are less than 18 are this way, and so I want to draw an arrow that points this way. And I kind of make my arrows a little bit obnoxious so that anyone reading it knows exactly which direction it's pointing.